or maybe he knows limitations. Interesting. Either way, he is nothing special on the ball, doesn't really move defenders off it. I disagree with you slightly on that. Okay. Not a goal threat from open play, not an incisive passer, doesn't overlap, doesn't underlap consistently. That description you just made sounds like Declan Rice. Because even in the few games, Merino have made better forward passes and between line passes than Declan Rice. But no. Let us easily scapegoat Merino. The second one I saw again. Rice doesn't give you enough on the ball. 100% for a £105 million player. Sure. Merino, I don't know what he's good at. Interesting. Havertz is just welcome to the present. A lot of conversation going on regarding Arsenal. It's going to be a long week for Arsenal fans. The results are not great. The performances are dire. And it's understandable that people are going to be seeking where is the problem. Now, we've heard all kinds of opinions. Some are saying Kai Havertz is a donkey all over again. It's time to scapegoat Kai Havertz. It's Merino, it's Rice, it's the defense, it's the midfield, it's the attack. Where do you think objectively the Arsenal problem, where do you think the core of the Arsenal problem is coming from? Let me know in the comment section. Where do you think, why I give you my own opinion on where I think the core of the Arsenal problem is coming from? Let me know. Before we go into that, please do me that kind favor. Please strike a like on the video. Very important. Subscribe if you're new here. And make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time for those who hear me the first time or those at the back. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. For me, it's the midfield. Rice, Declan Rice. I celebrated the signing of this guy because I understand he's a DM and he can tackle. That was why I was excited. That was the major reason. But I was thinking, coming to a good team like Arsenal, an offensive team like Arsenal, you should be able to do the basic passing between the lines, be able to dictate from the back. I'm wrong. I was wrong. And I'm holding up my hands. I was wrong regarding Declan Rice. He does not know how to pass forward. He does not know how to dictate the tempo of the game. He does not know how to fasten the tempo of the game. He does not know how to give in between the lines kind of passes. Defense splitting passes. Those are not his strength, unfortunately. All he knows how is to tackle and slow down the game. And sometimes slowing down the game doesn't favor the way we play. That's the objective truth. Just because it's English and that's not record signing, it doesn't mean we cannot objectively look at him and criticize him objectively and say this guy is not pulling his weight. That is just the objective fact. This is not me bashing Declan Rice. It's just the fact that Declan Rice, without Martin Odegaard in the team, his flaws are furtherly exposed. The flaws we're now beaming light on the flaws. We are seeing that there is a lack of creativity. In the last few games, without Martin Odegaard in the team, without Wandery, if you want to put that argument, because Atta has not played him from the beginning of games, we are struggling with our creativity. Now, some people are blaming this guy that we just bought, Mikel Merino, saying he's not the right profile, he's not good enough. I think we are making the same mistake as fans that we've made before. Merino has barely played that many games. He came into the team late. He got injured. He's just feeling himself into the team. And with all the problems we're having with suspensions, with red card, with the team not playing well, is going to surely affect his performance. We cannot be repeating the mistake we made with Kai and other players on Merino again. Merino is just his first season. I understand objectively he didn't play against Newcastle, but he was not the worst player on the pitch. He was not the worst midfielder. He actually played better than Declan Rice, even though Declan Rice played the whole game. Why are we so skeptical? Why are we doing player FC that we cannot look at players and criticize them objectively? Because nobody's touching the topic of Declan Rice, because the obvious is English. When I was doing my live yesterday with Mr. Fosa, shout out to him, a few of the subscribers were saying, oh, but Declan Rice was fantastic last season. There's a caveat to that. It wasn't fantastic. If you want to use that word, it's an opinion. It was not fantastic. He played well. And the fact that he played with Martin Odegaard, we could not see those flaws like we are seeing them without Martin Odegaard in the team right now. Creative-wise, there's a reason why we are not playing well. We are slow, we are lethargic, and seem very, very passive and with lack of creativity is because there is no Martin in the team, and Declan Rice as a 6 is not speeding up the game and is not controlling the game from the deep. When we have party play as a 6, there's a massive difference in how we play the game, how we move the game in comparison to when we play with Declan Rice in position. So to put all the blame on Merino is unhealthy and unjust. You cannot be judging Merino after 10 games. And those 10 games, he hasn't played 10 games for us. He has been injured. Maybe he has played 4 games. He hasn't played 10 games for us. I think it's rather rash that a lot of you are beginning to turn your nose on Merino and trying to scapegoat him because he's not English. So it's easy to scapegoat him because he's the newest member of the team. It's unfortunate. Now, let me show you some of the commentaries I've seen on X and I found very, very, very funny. Now, let's look at this. Merino is a coward in his passing selection. Really? How many games? And Declan Rice is not a coward in his passing selection, or maybe he knows the limitations. Interesting. Either way, he is nothing special on the ball, doesn't really move defenders off it. I disagree with you slightly on that. Okay. Not a goal threat from open play, not an incisive passer, doesn't underlap consistently. That description you just made sounds like Declan Rice. Because even in the few games, Merino have made better forward passes and between line passes than Declan Rice. But no. Let us easily scapegoat Merino. The second one I saw again. Rice doesn't give you enough on the ball. 100% for a £105 million player. Sure. Merino, I don't know what he's good at. Interesting. Havertz is just playing crap. So don't need to say much. Martinelli is brain dead. Trossard is neither prime hazard nor Havertz Rice. There's no in between with him. Interesting choice coming from some Arsenal fans who are actually disgruntled, who are unhappy with the performance yesterday. That is their opinion, but I slightly disagree with what they're saying. I'll tell you for free. As much as Declan Rice, we've seen him last season, in this season, he has not been creative. Merino is still playing better than Declan Rice, in my personal opinion. He's still doing better than Declan Rice. And I think it's unfair to judge Merino this quickly. He hasn't played 10 games for us. This is the first season in comparison to Declan Rice, who is Premiership proven, who is an English international, who is a record signing that is playing poorly. And for Trossard, I am not going to pile on Trossard because, like I said in my previous videos, he is not NOT, a midfielder. He's not a second striker. He's a technical player that can play on both wings. He doesn't have much pace, but he can give you the odd goal. And his best attribute is coming off the bench. And for Martinelli, objectively had a poor game yesterday. I'm not going to lie about that. He had a poor game yesterday, but that doesn't mean he's a horrible player. This kind of things happen. Like, we're going to isolation, even though in the previous game, it seemed like Martinelli was coming back to his form, but against Newcastle, he was brain dead. But at the same time, we are making horrid assertion on some of these players, right? The only thing I can say for sure is that Trossard is not a 10. We all agree to that one. Trossard is not a second striker. We all agree to that one. Merino objectively was not great against Newcastle, but he was better than Declan Rice. We can agree to that one. Declan Rice is not a better midfielder than Merino. He's not doing much than Merino. And he's a record signing, and he's not good enough as a midfielder. For me, Declan Rice is a defender playing as a midfielder. Without a creative player with Declan Rice, he looks absolutely horrific and horrendous. And the proof is in the pudding. I've told you, go and watch Porto last season, go and watch Bayern last season. You could tell that Declan Rice was clueless. He didn't know what to do. And we are seeing the same performance we saw against those top teams replay themselves this season. So let me know what you think, because some of you are so fixated on the fact that it's Kai Havertz. It's not the attack, it's not the defense. That midfield needs a lot of re-engineering, in my personal opinion. That midfield needs a lot of re-engineering. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video on your way out, very important. Subscribe. Let me know. Subscribe if you are new here, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe if you are new here, and make sure you turn on your notification. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Is it Merino that is poorer, or do you think it's Declan Rice? Because for me, You guys know my opinion. Declan Rice is a piece of crap. I don't care how much you spent on him. That guy ain't doing shite. Unfortunately, and for Merino, it's too quick to judge him. He might not have the athleticism of Declan Rice, but he's not a slouch. We saw Xhaka flourish in the system, flourish in Premier League, and Xhaka is not the quickest player. So I'm not going to, because of he's not as athletic, aesthetically pleasing, or he's not as athletic as Declan Rice, so he's a horrible player. You can't be judging players based on athleticism. That is very, very mediocre and silly. Extremely silly. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like the video one more time, subscribe on those jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.